Well, hello drummers, it's Mr. Walls, and I've finally gotten around to making some video lessons for you guys like I've been doing for all the other band instruments. The flutes, the clarinets, the saxes, the trumpets, and the trombones have had video lessons since the beginning of the school year, and now it's time to get you going too. You guys have been doing a great job this year. I'm pretty sure that what I'm going to show you right now is going to have you way ahead when you come back to school in September. Okay? So I'd like you to get your band book open to page 14A and 14B, and we're going to work on a bunch of these exercises. I've been playing around with a camera angle that hopefully will make sense to you. In a few moments you're going to see music appear on the screen, but have your band book available too. So again, we're on page 14A of our band book, and the first thing we're going to look at here are 5-stroke rolls. It's not called that in your band book yet, but that's what these are, okay? If you recall, when we played Beethoven's Ninth, when we rolled those half notes in Beethoven's Ninth, and it was really cool to do that, right? Do you remember doing that? I know you do. We did this. We went, all right? Well, that's really a 9-stroke roll. On page 14A, song number 59, Fit to be Tied, we roll and then we end on a quarter note. This curved line that connects the rolled note to the second note in the measure is called a tie. So we're going to roll and end on the second beat. So if I didn't roll, I would do this. I would be going, remember when we went watermelon grape? We could also say tika tika ta. We could also say one-y and a two. One-y and a two. Any of those counting methods work. All right, I'm going to use watermelon grape because that's what we've been doing. I know it's kind of silly, but it works. So if I go watermelon grape, that's that first measure. But these notes are supposed to be rolled. We can tell because it has the little slash marks through the stem of the note. So I'm going to do this. All right, I'm rolling those 16th notes. I'm rolling the tika tika ta, or watermelon grape. So that's the first measure of Fit to be Tied. And how many times do we do that pattern? We do it 1, 2, 3 full measures, right? 3 full measures, plus one more time in the last measure of the first line. So let's do this, please. And if you play the 4/8 notes at the end of this line at the same time that I do, then you're following the music really well. Keep your eyes on every roll and quarter note. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, let's play. Watermelon grape, watermelon grape, watermelon grape, watermelon grape, watermelon grape, watermelon. Last one. And watermelon cherry, watermelon cherry, watermelon cherry, watermelon cherry. Cool? So when we get to the second line, we go from the rolled note to 8th notes. So it's watermelon cherry. Play that with me. Here's the second line. Watermelon cherry. Ready? Here we go. Watermelon cherry, watermelon cherry, watermelon cherry, watermelon cherry, watermelon, watermelon. Cool? Let's play the whole song. 1, 2, ready? Here we go. let's go to song number 60, Alouette. Notice the bass drum notes, the notes with the stems going down, you have a half note tied to a quarter note, and they're telling you that that note would ring on the bass drum for 3 beats. So if I'm playing the bass drum, it would be, that measure would be 1, 2, 3, quarter note, half note, half note. Now a 3-beat note and a quarter note, half note, quarter, quarter. That's the bass drum part for Alouette. So now we can look at the snare drum part. Very easy. In the first couple of measures, we have grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, grape, watermelon, grape, grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, cherry, watermelon, grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, grape, watermelon, grape, grape, cherry, watermelon, 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 grape. So that roll at the very end of song number 60, Alouette, is the same roll that we used in Beethoven's Ninth. Okay? So let's play this from the very beginning. Here's Alouette from the beginning. Grape, cherry, ready? Here we go. Grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, grape, watermelon, grape, grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, cherry, 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 grape, cherry, grape, cherry, sorry, grape, cherry, watermelon. Oh, I got thinking about something in the middle of that second line, second measure, and I messed up, didn't I? Sorry about that. Look at the tan box, the next thing down on the page, and here we introduce the dotted half note. Half notes are notes that last 2 beats. If you put a dot on a note, it adds half of that note's value to itself. So a half note is worth 2 beats. Half of 2 is 1. So if I add 1 to 2, I have a 3-beat note. And you'll notice the bass drum part in song number 61, Alouette, the sequel, now shows dotted half notes. It's played the same way as what we were doing in number 60 with the half note tied to the quarter note. But this is the right way to show a 3-beat note. So the bass drum part in 61 would be played like this. 1, 2, here we go, with a 3-beat note and a quarter note, half note, a 3-beat note, quarter note, half note, second line, dotted half note, 3 beats, quarter, half note, quarter, quarter, steady quarter notes, and a half note, quarter. That's that bass drum part. Let's play the snare drum part for Alouette, the sequel. One time through. It's the same thing as what we just played with number 60. It'll do us good to do it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, let's play with grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, grape, watermelon, grape, grape, cherry, grape, cherry. Obviously, I messed that up. Here we go with number 61, Alouette, the sequel. 1, 2, ready, play. Grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, grape, watermelon, grape, grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, cherry, 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 grape, cherry, grape, cherry, watermelon, grape, watermelon, grape, grape, cherry, 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 watermelon, grape. Let's play the last 2 measures one more time. Ready? Go. Grape, cherry, 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 watermelon. All right. Top of the next page, song number 62, Camptown Races. Okay, so we have flam taps in this exercise. That's where we go. Flam tap, right? Look at the first flam in Camptown Races. Left stick low, right stick high, flam right, tap, flam right, tap. Okay? Here we go, Camptown Races from the very beginning. So we have flam, grape, flam, tea, grape, flam, grape, flam, tea, grape, flam, flam, rest, rest, flam, flam, rest, rest. 1, 2, here we go. Flam, grape, flam, tea, grape, rest, rest. Rest, rest. Flam, grape, flam, grape, flam, grape, flam, grape, grape. Ooh, that last measure is interesting, isn't it? So we roll. Watermelon, cherry, grape. Here we go. Do it again. All right. Hey, let's keep going. Let's go to song number 63, New Directions. So we have flam, flampy, flam, 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 flampy, flam, 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 rest, flam, rest, rest, flam, flam, rest. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Flam, flampy, flam, 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 flampy, flam, 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 rest, flam, rest, rest, flam, flam, rest, flam, flampy, flam, 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 flampy, flam, 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 rest, flam, rest, rest, flam, flam. Let's do that again. Number 63, New Directions. 1, 2, ready, play. Flam, flampy, flam, 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 flampy, flam, flam, flam. Rest, 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 rest. Flam, flampy, flam, 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 flampy, flam, flam, flam. Rest, 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 flam, flam. All right. Let's do number 64, The Nobles. Here we go. Flam, cherry, watermelon. Now this is where what we're seeing in the music differs from how I've been teaching this. The way this is written, it would be flam, cherry, roll, roll, roll. I don't like playing those eighth notes like that. In fact, well, let's play it that way because that's how it's written, just so that you have an understanding for it. 1, 2, 64, play. Flam, cherry, roll, 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 roll. Grape, flam, 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 flam. Cherry, flam, cherry. And rest. Watermelon, flam, flam. Watermelon, flam, flam, flam. Cherry, grape, grape. That ending should be played. Right? All right. Hey, let's do this. Let's turn the page. Jump ahead a little bit in the book here. We're going to go all the way to page 17B. So on page 17B, we have 16th notes introduced to us for the very first time. And in the tan box, we can see the example of the 16th notes with the double bar across the top. Another nice example that they have there is they show 2 quarter notes, and under those 2 quarter notes, they show 2 eighth notes under each quarter note, and then 4 16th notes under each quarter note. Okay? Here's the special percussion exercise. It begins with quarter notes for 1 measure, then eighth notes for 1 measure, and then a mixture of 16th notes and eighth notes in the 3rd measure and 4th measure. Okay? So, we're going to use grape for quarter notes, cherry for eighth notes, and watermelon for 16th notes. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, let's play with grape, 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 cherry, 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 watermelon, cherry, watermelon, cherry, cherry, watermelon, grape. Okay? So let's do that again. Starts with quarter notes. 1, 2, ready, here we go with grape, 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 cherry, 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 watermelon, cherry, watermelon, cherry, cherry, watermelon, grape. Do it again. Grape, 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 cherry, 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 watermelon, cherry, watermelon, cherry, cherry, watermelon, grape. Do it again. let's look at song number 82 called Airtime. Grape, cherry, and watermelon. Say the rhythm as you're playing. One thing that you'll notice once you've played this a couple times, that the rhythm pattern that we play in the first measure of 82 Airtime, it's the same rhythm in the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth measure. The last time, in the last two measures, the pattern changes. But here we go with grape, cherry, cherry, watermelon. 1, 2, ready, let's play. Grape, cherry, cherry, watermelon. Grape, cherry, cherry, watermelon. Grape, cherry, cherry, watermelon. Grape, cherry, cherry, watermelon. Second line, cherry, cherry, watermelon. Grape, cherry, cherry, watermelon. Cherry, watermelon. Cherry, watermelon. Grape. So when we get to that last two measures, it changes, doesn't it? Let's play the second line. 1, 2, ready, here we go with grape, cherry, cherry, watermelon. Grape, cherry, cherry, watermelon. Cherry, watermelon. Cherry, watermelon. Grape. All right. Now, the song number 83, Down by the Station, is a really cool snare drum accompaniment to this melody, okay? Has eighth rests in it. Eighth rests are the same value as eighth notes. So in the first measure, we see two eighth notes. We see cherry, and then we see the eighth rest and an eighth note. So that would be cherry, rest, T, right? Cherry, T. And the second measure, cherry, watermelon. So the first two measures of Down by the Station, cherry, T, cherry, watermelon, cherry, T, cherry, watermelon. Well, I did the first four measures, didn't I? But you get the idea. Let's do it again and go all the way through the song. 1, 2, ready, here we go. Cherry, T, cherry, watermelon, cherry, T, cherry, watermelon, cherry, T, cherry, watermelon, cherry, T, watermelon, with an accent on the end, and it repeats. It's a neat little exercise. All right, drummers, so I've given you a good lesson to get started on here. Boy, there's a lot of very cool stuff coming for the snare drummers, okay? And it's really, really important that you come off of summer vacation and you've been using these videos and improving your skills and getting better and better at reading your music, okay? You know how important it is that you understand what you look at. You don't have fingerings of an instrument to keep track of. You don't have to blow into the instrument, but boy, you've got to be able to read rhythms really well, and most of you are. You're all doing a good job. Many of you are doing a fantastic job, and some of us, well, we need to get a little caught up. These videos will help. Keep up the good work, guys. See you later.